some of the technical issues, because the whole of India is connected to it. So generally there are issues at some of the centers sometimes. So generally take 5 to 10 minutes to get resolved after the students sit in. So just do not worry about it. Well, we start the session now. Okay? Fine. On 2011 and well 60 questions for you, fresh questions. देखते हैं किसने कितना पढ़ा लिखा है, कितना दम है. ठीक है, जिसको मेरी थोड़ी हिंदी अजीब सी लग रही होगी प्लीज ध्यान मत देना, थोड़ी सी हिंदी अजीब सी है मेरी. ओके फाइन. So we start. And yes, regarding the sharing of the PPT, you will get the PPT or class apart. Just do not worry. Well, there was Diwali holidays. Certainly, there was a bit late this time because of the Diwali holidays. 2 days of Diwali band everywhere from north to south, east to west. So Diwali में तो यार थोड़ा कम पढ़ा करो, एक दो दिन छोड़ दो, अब पढ़ लेना. Everything will be there online. Okay, fine. So again, some of the first 10 minutes will be dedicated to how we will go with it. And yes, a bit boring part, but still be patient. Another 10 to 15 minutes we just share, because there are many of our new friends here who have missed the initial part. So we just discuss these parts with the introduction. Aim of the session is designed to optimize students' performance in IIFT entrance exam through GK section. Now, very important section. We have seen all nuts and bolts of this whole paper. कहाँ क्या होता है, कहाँ क्या जरूरत होती है. Well, I hope you must be aware of this. Then, to make understand the value of GK section will help them to increase score. Now, how to increase this score? Analysis of previous year questions, understanding the areas of importance, practicing new questions based on previous year questions. Now, we'll of course see some of the previous year questions, which will build your tempo for the current question. And do remember that some of the points that we are going to discuss in the next few slides, do see the questions. Questions come from various areas, and you must be prepared for the whole of the session. You must be prepared for a variety of questions, not just one topic. And I have said you that in GK we don't have any start, we don't have any end. But certainly GK has certain sections important for certain examinations. Well, of course we will see that. So, जैसे there is no start, there is no end. I have said this many times. And well, your selection is important and rejection is also important. Rejection is also very important. I tell you again, I repeat this again, कुछ भी आ जाए, ऐसा नहीं कि कुछ भी पढ़ लिया. Everything cannot be read. Well, हमारा दिमाग भी थोड़ा limited है, सब कुछ याद नहीं करोगे. You cannot just put in everything in your head. The whole point is you need to reject a lot of things. Of course, select तो बहुत सारी चीज करनी है, लेकिन rejection भी जरूरी है. Not everything can be there in your head. Well, flow of this session, mode of preparation for next 2 weeks. Quick discussion of 20 examples from previous year papers, 2011. Last year paper, we will discuss it completely and then we will move on to the current question. The discussion of 60 fresh questions of current significance. Okay, so another 60 fresh questions. This will test your mettle and I'll let you see how many of you answer those questions. I would expect most of you to answer at least 25 of those questions. At least 25. Well, some are tough. There are some sitters also. But it has been designed considering last 12 months, especially 1 month back to 11 months back. So overall, देखते हैं कितना है दम. Okay, so GK and MBA, again I repeat, 1 mark in QA is equal to 1 mark in English is equal to 1 mark in GK. Very important, इसलिए क्योंकि हर section का, well, there are all the sections, every section has its importance. But GK is something which you can attempt very fast. In QA, you have to give you time. In reasoning, you have to give your head a lot of exercise. But, well, this is the section where you don't have to give a lot of time to your head, nor a lot of pain to your head. Read the question, think, mark, leave it. आता है या नहीं आता? You know or you don't know. Just do not ponder about. Just do not ponder about the question, that you can solve it logically. Generally, logic नहीं use होते ऐसे questions में. And overall, such questions generally require your factual knowledge. The food for thought in your head is very, very important. I again say, जितना ज़्यादा पढ़ेंगे उतना ही ज़्यादा clear होगा. In GK, it's not objective like mathematics. Okay, so not like mathematics that you have a formula that you can go on with the formulas. GK है, fact आता है, नहीं तो नहीं आता है. Read the question, 10 seconds, give us 10, you know it, tick, नहीं आता है, next question. So 20 questions, there will be certain questions which will be there which you don't know, a lot of people don't know. Okay, so just do not panic about those questions. Most of the candidates prepare intensively for QA and English but give less time to GK. Then average time taken to solve each GK question is the least. Now again I repeat this, least. It takes approximately 30 seconds for each GK question. So 20 questions overall, not more than 12 minutes. Even 12 minutes, that is 36 seconds average. Overall 10 to 12 minutes maximum. Most of the fitter questions should be solved within 10 to 15 seconds. And if at all it's difficult, you can go up to 30 to 35 seconds. So less effort is needed to score better. So less effort is needed to score better in GK. Okay. As cutoffs are generally low in GK, it helps in improving overall marks. As cutoffs are generally low in GK, it helps in improving overall marks. So again, very important. A lot of students are just at the edge. So there is a ample scope to get a good lead in this section. There is ample scope to get a good lead in this section. Fine. Well, we'll move on to next slide, and I request you not to send questions right now, not to send comments while the session. After we end the question part, we will certainly give you time, a number of questions. We have a whole team to answer your questions. So just be patient for some time. संयम रखिए. Okay. As GK is so vast, it is not possible to learn everything. Pick areas according to exam. As IIFT specializes in training managers in the area of foreign trade, so key focus must be on the areas related to foreign trade. Very, very important. I tell you again, foreign trade is important. Okay. Do not learn anything in GK. Well, there are certain sections which is common right across in any of the GK. But there are certain sections which are exclusive to IIFT. They are exclusive to IIFT. So, जो part general GK, of course everyone has to read for every exam. But when you come for a specific exam, that is the smart part of MBA. For most of the civil services exam, you just have one type of general study. But for MBA, this is a bit different. You have a 50%, 60% common for all the exams, which is generally common in GK. But SNAP, IIFT, then IRMA, they have certain sections on which a real focus is given. So that is also you have to catch about. So in the end, preparation must be general GK and of course specific to that. Now again, do not learn anything in GK. दिमाग limited ही भगवान ने दिया सबको. Generally on the computer terminology it says that our head has 4 terabytes of memory. तो इसी में सारी जिंदगी निभानी है, फिर IIFT एग्जाम नहीं देना है. तो ओवरऑल पॉइंट है जितना भी आपको मिल रहा हो यानी कि सभी दिमाग में डालते हैं. थोड़े समय बाद दिमाग में जगह कम होगी. देयर विल बी लिमिटेड स्पेस. ऑफ कोर्स उसी में सब पूरी जिंदगी पूरी करनी है. सो ऑफ कोर्स आई वुड से कि डू नॉट लर्न एनीथिंग इन जीके. बी वाइज इन सिलेक्शन एज वेल एज रिजेक्शन ऑफ द मटेरियल. You get anything in the name of IIFT, just don't read anything. You'll get a lot of things in the market, you'll get a lot of things. So I just don't recommend that you just pick anything and read and just something in the name of GK cannot be in your head. In exam there are particular type of questions. Rather focus on such areas. So a bit of planning that you ought to read and then of course jump onto your special exam. And then last section again, very important, foreign trade. What is important to the foreign trade? Get those words. I have prepared this for you. In the last session also we saw this, that which are the sections which you can relate to the foreign trade. Now, related sectors like transportation, trade, which help in boosting foreign trade. Now, transportation and trade, very, very important. I expect some questions from this. Then, government schemes to improve foreign trade agreements with countries. Now, such questions generally They focus anything related to these areas should be your primary food for this examination. Then MNCs and firms related to Indian and major international markets. Now, very, very important, a number of questions are being asked about MNCs or brands or any product, any important product. Right now in these days, you can see mobile phones are very much in the market, and there is a close-cut competition in case of Samsung, iPhone. We hear a number of things. So just have basic technical details. These are very important in foreign trade, and not just mobile phones, the whole of electronic gadget lines are these days very much in line. So questions can be expected. Then there are many new techniques and many new technologies evolving, also which are certainly related to foreign trade, not just to the laboratory sciences. Major organizations related to foreign trade and international business or finance. Now, major organization, I still say related to business or finance because there are more than 500 organizations around the world. Which all to read and which all to reject. So it's very difficult. So, just do not go on everything. Some major, of course, which are common around the world, UN is common, read that. But beyond that, what is common for you? It's not everything. The CSTO is there, Warsaw Pact is there, NATO is there, I don't know, hundreds of organizations are there around the world. APEC, JCT, then there are, there is ASAN, a number of organizations. So, related to business, international business, trade and finance. WTO, IMF, World Bank, these are proper examples. UN covers everything, so UN is another. Then anything related to India, SAARC, ASEAN, SICKI, these are related to our industry and our trade. Well, these can be read, but not everything. I again repeat that. Okay, just be aware again. I repeat these. I have repeated these lines many a times. I repeat this time again that be ready for such things. Do connect your preparation with the foreign trade areas. Do connect with your preparation with the current areas, not just anything. It will ease the pressure on your head and will help you in clearing the GK section comprehensively. Now, I again repeat, GK section comprehensively, matlab, of course, 2 to 3 marks additional. Well, in an exam which has just 35 to 40% as the qualifying marks, 2 to 3% marks are certainly very, very important. Well, that will be felt only after the result gets out. A lot of students get disqualified just within a margin of 1% or maybe 0.5 or 2%. So GK, I say, holds a bit of importance in this area. Now, broadly, questions can be classified in the following areas. Just have a view, current affairs and general awareness, areas mentioned in the slide above, as I have generally read just now, mergers and acquisitions, major brands, authors and books. Now, generally these can be classified fully, but of course, question can be diversified, more or less these areas and plus the previous slide that we have seen. GK and IIFT, just to remember again, you can see the number of questions and maximum marks. So 8%, 12%, 10.5%. Overall, 10 to 12%. Be ready for this area. This is the area where you can actually get the questions, percentage of weightage. The number of questions may vary, 20, 30, 21. Last year 21 questions were there. In all, this year we can expect again 20 to 30 questions. So let's see what are the questions. So we start with the overall questions. We are going to discuss another 80 questions. Well, let's see कितने लोग कितना पढ़ के आए हैं और किसमें कितना है दम. Of course, it will test your mettle. A lot of information is there. We'll discuss all of them. Well, IIFT 2011 a revision. So we'll just have those 20 questions solutions and then we'll move on to the fresh lot. Okay, we start with it. Who won the 2011 FIFA Women's World Cup final? Yes, a number of questions, a number of responses. जिन्होंने हाथ में मेहंदी लगाई है मुझे हाथ साफ कर लो and start answering the question. I know it's cold in northern India, so ठंडा लग रहा होगा. जेब से निकालो जरा हाथ and let's see. This is still last year's question. Still I say it holds a bit of, well, it cannot be repeated, it won't be repeated, but just have a view because this was a major event last year. Okay. So what is the answer? Well, is Sweden a very important nation in this? In women's soccer? Yes, it is actually for all of these four nations have been very good. Well, the correct answer is actually Japan. Japan had last time won. And it had defeated, which country was defeated in the final? Which country was defeated in the final? Yes, it's USA. USA was defeated in the final. Okay, fine. So that was question number 1. I hope a number of you must have answered it correct. Then fine, we move on to question. Now, well, those who cannot just answer first 20 questions, some of the questions you must answer, like question number 1. I again say, but some of the questions don't have relevance today. So, it's not necessary that you have to answer every question. Just be aware that some of the information that you should know should not miss around. So, question number 1, Sweden, Japan, US, France. Now, factual questions, don't try to use your sense in it. See, Japan possibly can, or USA possibly can. It's, such things generally end up eating your marks. I again say, if you are just closing to 2 of the options, it can still be thought about. But just don't close your eyes and go into the question that you don't know any of the options, but you are just marking some of the answers. Proper guesswork should be avoided. Now, question number 2. Match the correct celebrity endorser with the brand of wear. Yes. So what's the answer of this? Hrithik Roshan, Saif Ali Khan, Neil Nitin Mukesh, Akshay Kumar. These names are famous names in the country. Now, not very difficult question because of the answers given. We know Akshay Kumar. Akshay Kumar is related to certainly Dollar Club. So Akshay Kumar, Dollar Club. Well, D2. We have 2 options. 2, 4. Now what else? Now we just have to find any one of the next answer. Out of B and C, this is the whole idea. So Hrithik Roshan with Macroman is again clear from the answer. Now, one among these. Saif Ali Khan and Neil Nitin Mukesh. Now, थोड़ा सा भी अगर आप लोग टीवी देखते होंगे तो ऑफ कोर्स सैफ अली खान, अमूल मैचो. Well, very popular line in one of these. Okay, fine. So correct answer is option B, option 2. A3, B1, C4, D2. Now, well, in such questions, I again say, not all the 4 can be known by every person, but at least 2 may give you the answer. At least 2 may give you the answer. So, overall, well, as a famous line in this brand of vest, fit hair boss. Okay. So, I hope you must be remembering the television ad of these vests. Okay, we move on to question number 3. But before that, again, in such questions, have a sense. Have a sense. 1 or 2 answers, if you know, you can actually get. So by sorting out the solutions, you can get some of the answers. Question number 3. Which of the following is a space mission by ISRO? Which of the following is a space mission by ISRO? Yes. Yes, a number of answers are coming. Yes, good. अभी भी आंसर आ रहे हैं, अच्छे खासे आ रहे हैं, but I would invite all of you to participate. I repeat again, the more you participate, the more you give answer. Of course, it will be very, very helpful for you because एक बार जब आप ये answer कर देते हो, generally you won't forget the answer. So point is, do participate as much as you can. And good answers, of course, will be announced in front of the whole India right now. I will be your host. Yes. ये सुन के एक आध लोग थोड़ा सा लगता है आंसर टक 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 तुरंत टाइप करने लगे हैं. वेरी गुड. A lot of answers are coming. Okay, so what is it? Frost C2, QuickStart, Santex, Stardust. Now, QuickStart, a lot of have given QuickStart. Now that is by NASA. I tell you, it is by NASA, and it is a very old satellite. It had been in the air since last 13 years. It was by NASA, so certainly it's not the answer. Yes, come up. The correct answer is Stretched Rohini Satellite Series. What is that? Stretched Rohini Satellite Series. It's Frost C2. Its full form is Stretched Rohini Satellite Series. I just write it down. Yes, Stretched Rohini Satellite Series is very important. This there have been 2 of these series. So if you want, you can just write. You can just remember some of the details. There are 2 series. There are 2 satellites in this series. It is of course by ISRO. And a very important point is that Frost had first been sent, and 2 times it could not reach its orbit, but finally in the 3rd attempt it could reach. It was back 20 years back. So today you will not hear these names, but just these questions give us an idea. Now these questions focus on some of the things. Can you say just try to see into the minds of the question makers. This is a data which is 15 to 20 years old. So such static questions find some of the space in foreign trade areas. So something important to the nation, certainly ISRO is an important, its missions are very important to the nations. So very, very important, I again tell you, that some of the static information should be known. So Frost C2, certainly it was an important mission. Now, moving on to question 4. So correct answer is A, Frost C2. Now, L.Z. Chrysler-Traeger is best known as the creator of cartoon character. Which cartoon character was created by L.Z. Chrysler-Traeger? So, this is last year question. So, all of you have a view of these. Such questions can be asked. So, just don't think that only few of the things that you know these days can be part of the question. Who had made Garfield? Can anybody answer this? Yes. Well, some of the answers are coming. Very good. Jim Davis. Yes, correct. Garfield was by Jim Davis. And who was the creator of Scooby-Doo? Yes, good. Some of them gave the answers. Very good. Sagar Chanchodia, then Ankit Khungar, Jyoti. Good. Some of the answers. Meghna Saxena. Good. Then, who was the creator of Scooby-Doo? Yes, it's not very easy, but still such basic things should be known, because in this exam you can expect. Now, those who don't know this, do not be worried about this. Correct answer for Scooby-Doo is Joe Ruby. Okay, and L.Z. Chrysler-Traeger, of course, Poppy. You must have played this game also. If you remember, some years back, 64 in 1 was a very famous on the 32-bit game. In that there was a game Poppy. Okay, so, okay, fine. We move on to question number 5. Well, again, for the last question, I again repeat, it was clearly a static question. It was clearly a static question. So, just do not worry about these static questions. I again say, you know it or you don't know it. सीधे दो, नहीं आता है, move on to the next one. Just move on to the next one. Okay, question number 5. Now, something all about personalities in India. Now, which are the clues in it? One easy, Annie Besant is related to the which society? Yes, a Theosophical Society. So, Theosophical Society, Annie Besant, which options have this answer? 1, 4. So certainly avoid 2 and 3. 1 and 4. Now what else? Anything else that is easy, that you feel is easy? Yes? Bharat Muni, Bhavabhuti, Bhagwan Das. Well, Bhagwan Das is Bharat Ratna awardee. He was awarded Bharat Ratna in 1955. He was one of the first to receive Bharat Ratna. So, this should be known to few of you. And Bhava Bhuti also, it's still some of you may know. But overall, I still say Annie Besant will give you the option 1 and 4. And from there on, only C and D is left. So from C and D, generally one should be known to get the exact answer, but if not, some can take chance who know the roundabout answer. So the correct answer is, of course, 5th correct answer is 1, that is A. Now, okay. So again, question number 5, I saw this a bit tough, because of the options. Not very easy. So, you must be knowing Annie Besant, which makes you 1 and 4 as the possible answers. So beyond that, thoda tukka, thoda sa din, thoda sa fact. Of course, when it comes to guess, आपका दिन होना चाहिए, उस दिन सुबह अपना हाथ देख के जाना, थोड़ा अच्छा लग रहा होगा, तभी आँख बंद करके क्वेश्चन स्टिक करना. It could be a bad day also. So some of you, those who want to test your luck, you can give the answers right now. Of course, देखते हैं आज आपका दिन है कि नहीं. Actually, we can get some of things. Okay. So, which book among the following is not written by APJ Abdul Kalam? Which book among the following is not written by APJ Abdul Kalam? Yes. Which book? Yes, a number of answers are coming. Yes, now this is from the static part. I would invite all of you to participate. This is something which is not very difficult. This is from last year. This is the last year question. This is the last year question. Now some of you are telling that Envisioning an Empowered Nation is by Narayan Murthy. No, it is by Abdul Kalam. It is certainly by Abdul Kalam. India in the New Millennium, what about that? What about India in the New Millennium? Yes? So, it is not a book by APJ Abdul Kalam. It is not a book by APJ Abdul Kalam, rather it was more of an essay. So, he visioned India for India 2020. He actually wrote a vision for the New Millennium. So, it's the correct answer is for this is India in the New Millennium. Okay. So, well, again, factual. Fact, mat jaiye aap. In fact, you know it or you don't know it. If you don't know it, move on to the next. Just do not worry about it. Question number 7. Now, a bit tough question, but yes, some of the option may make it a bit easier. Let's see. In the table below, match the correct trade name of medicine with its generic name and the name of pharmaceutical company that manufactures it. So I hope Viagra must be known by all. Is it? A very common. सबसे ज़्यादा नाम आपने इसी का सुना होगा. Well, what is the generic name of Viagra? Yes. And who manufactures it? इतना तो जाने रखो, वरना कभी जरूरत पड़ी तो आप कैसे जाओगे खरीदने? Well, who manufactures Tamiflu and Viagra? Well, Tamiflu and Viagra, it's still a bit common. Well, good. Some of you are giving Viagra. What's its generic name? Yes, its generic name is sildenafil citrate. Now, it is manufactured by Pfizer. So, Viagra to Pfizer, there is only one option. So, option makes it a bit easy. So, even if you know Viagra is by Pfizer, this can still give you answer. Because A2 is only in this option. Then again, Tamiflu. Tamiflu is also a bit common, Tamiflu is by Roche. So, this is again not a very tough question. I still say this should be answered because of the options given. Now, its generic name, it's generally very difficult to get these names, but just because of the manufacturer, you can get the answer. So, such question will always be there. थोड़ा सा आपको आना चाहिए. You just cannot take a point कि, you just don't know about anything and you can just get the answer. I still tell you, your overall hard work since last 6 to 8 months is required, not just 10 days. Well, these questions, which questions we'll discuss, well, on the basis of our experience and on the basis of the papers last year, we have simplified the whole. We have come down to few questions. Well, that can be discussed. Some of them can be in the paper, but I still repeat again that do trust your faculties, do trust your sense in this sense, because knowledge is required. Fact is very much required. It gives you food for thought, and that will help you in getting the answer. उस दिन सिक्का लेके नहीं जाना है कि सीधे सिक्का उछाला, हेड आया तो ए मार दिया और टेल आया तो बी मार दिया. Of course, this will not be the way. The overall point is your knowledge will be the key to the answers at that time. Well, yes, very nicely said by one of our participants. ज्ञान ही आपको हक दिलाता है. So कि कौन बनेगा करोड़पति तो देखा ही होगा, तो आपका ज्ञान ही आपको हक दिलाएगा. Well, good line. Okay. Question number 8. By what name were the Commonwealth Games known when they were first held in 1930 in Ontario, Canada? Now, well, it's not very difficult question, comparatively easy. It is easy. Yes, come on, I would like to see a number of you participating. I give you 20 seconds, I give you 20 or rather 30 seconds. Yes. Should I count up to 1 to 30 or you will give the answer? Well, a lot of you are participating. Good. Very good. But let's see. Well, out of these 4 options, there are 3 names by which all the 4 options were sometimes called as Commonwealth Games. Now all these, there are 3 options in it, which was the name of this event, this Commonwealth Games sometime during its course. So overall, the question is, what were they first called when they were held first time in 1930? Well, the correct answer is British Empire Games. Correct answer is British Empire Games. Now this was called up to 1954. This was called up to 1954. So from 1954, it was called British Empire and Commonwealth Games. From 1954, it was called British Empire and Commonwealth Games. Then it continued till 1970, and from 1970, it was called British Commonwealth Games. Up to 1970, from 1970, it was called British Commonwealth Games. And then finally in 78, it got the current name, Commonwealth Games. Well, I hope you must be clear now. So, first British Empire Games, then British Empire and Commonwealth Games, and then British Commonwealth Games, finally 1978. Okay. So again, fact, ज़्यादा दिमाग लगाने की जरूरत नहीं है. ओके, आता है, नहीं आता है, आगे बढ़ो. Well, question number 9. Who declared the only hope for India is from the masses? The upper classes are physically and morally dead. Who said this? Who said this? Yes? So सीधे answer. A lot of you are giving correct answer. Yes, good, very good. I hope many of you participate. More of you should participate. Good, a lot of you are coming with the answers. Hope you are getting it. Well, Swami Vivekanand. Swami Vivekanand. Correct answer is Swami Vivekanand. Now, overall point, I say, the overall idea is fact. You know it or you don't know it. Just do not think much about such questions. 10-15 seconds, do it and just move on. Which of the following rivers do not flow across Uttarakhand? Now, a bit tricky question. Which of the following rivers do not flow across? Yes. Yes, which one? Well, now Gomti is, which city or is on the bank of river Gomti? Gomti, yes, is clearly associated with Lucknow. Lucknow is on the bank of river Gomti. So, well, is it in Uttarakhand or is it in Uttar Pradesh? Well, of course, it's in UP and it doesn't come from Uttarakhand. Then again, Gandak. Gandak also moves from Nepal to and moves into India via Uttar Pradesh. And it moves up to Patna, where it joins Ganga. So, the correct answer is 3, option 3, Gandak and Gomti. Gomti was an easy catch in this. Gomti could be the catch in this, and clearly the answer could be you can easily get the answer. Then question number 11. Identify the correct match of the folk dancers and states given below. Identify the correct match of the folk dancers and states given below. Now I hope some of in this option, some of hints are there. Gidda, what is Gidda? Gidda is famous for where, what? In which state is Gidda famous? Gidda is famous in Punjab. Yes, and a lot of you are giving correct answers. So, Gidda Punjab, C4. So do you know the answer? You still don't know the answer. Then, what else to know? Now rest of all the options are important. Now Thullal is Kerala. Well, it's not easy to get all the other options. Now Thullal can give you option 2 and 3. Option 2 and 3. Then you must know one among Dhalo and Bhumra. Well, the correct answer is the option B, that is option 2. But the whole point is, that is what you should have in your mind. Itna easy nahi hota sara answer. So one, at least you must know 1 in 2 in A, B and D. Gidda becomes very easy. That gives you an answer C4, which is of course present in all the options. So A, B and D becomes important. 2 must be known. Not an easy question because of the options. Which of the following group of countries is not a member of United Nations? Which of the following group of countries is not member of United Nations? Now, some of this should be known. This is an answer. It will just give you the real impression. It will give the real impression of your knowledge. Now, a very big dispute between China and Taiwan. So Taiwan does not have a seat in United Nations because of the Chinese pressure. They had till 1971, but post 1971 they don't have. So Taiwan is certainly one. With Taiwan we have 2 options left. And well, those who are telling about Yemen, Yemen is of course a full-fledged member. Vatican City does not have representation. Turkish Cyprus is a bit difficult, because of the Cyprus-Turkish opposition. This is the point. So the overall point is option 4 gives you the correct answer. Option 4 gives you the correct answer. Option 2 and 3 are same. Well, it's given in the question paper. Tunisia is in the it was in the question paper. It was a misprint in the question paper, so I have presented it in front of you. Just do not worry about that. Well, the correct answer is 4. थोड़ा सा sense लगाओ इसमें. Vatican City does not have representation. It's a well-known fact. Then Taiwan, because of the pressure from China, Taiwan had relegated its seat in 1971 and gave way to People's Republic of China, that is China, in 1971, and they even got the veto power. And before China, the real representation of China was given by Taiwan, which had the veto power in United Nations. But now Taiwan, which is commonly called Republic of China, it is called Republic of China, and it does not have representation because of the Chinese pressure. Then match the correct country with its capital and currency. Now, country and capital city and currency. So question is not very difficult. Seeing the option, Argentina, very well-known football country. Buenos Aires, the capital. So A2, which are the options? We eliminate one. And Ethiopia to Addis Ababa. I hope a lot of you should know about this. Currencies are a bit difficult in this, but Ethiopia, Addis Ababa. B3. Again, we have all the 3 options. Now you must know just the capital of Yemen and Turkmenistan. Now, Yemen was very much in the news for some of the bad reasons recently. Because of the civil war in Yemen, it was in the news. So I again repeat, most of you should know the capitals of the countries which are in the news recently. Yemen's capital is Sana'a. So C's answer is 4. D answer is 4. We get 3 and 4. 3 and 4 as the options. So we need to know currency. So Riyal is a common currency in the Middle East. Riyal is a common currency in the Middle East. So it gives you Yemen, Sana'a and Riyal. Well, that gives you the answer of option 3. Now currently, what is the capital of Syria? Let me check how many of you can give the answer. What is the capital of Syria? Syria is very much in the news these days. Yes, answers are starting to come. Okay, fine. Some of you are giving the wrong answers also. Aden is not the capital of any city. Okay, then currently which other country in the news? What is the capital of South Sudan? Some of you, those who don't know, you can just note down the name of the country and you can find the answer at your home. Well, some of you are correct, and well, in front of you at the chat window, you can see some of the answers. South Sudan, capital is Juba. Correct. Very good. Now, Somalia is in the news. Somalia, what is the capital of Somalia? Some of you, yes, started giving the answer. The correct answer is Mogadishu. Yes, correct. Then fine. So, make a list of some of these. Of course, I'll provide some of the list in the next session. I think, this would be a good idea. Of course, to provide you a list of some countries which can be in the paper next time. Okay. Question number 14. Now, Indian rupee received a unique symbol. This is a unique symbol. It will not be, I think it's not being shown because of the font here. So, what does it represent? Which of the scripts does it represent? This, correct answer is Devanagari and Roman. Easy question. I hope most of you must answer. Well, I can see the number of answers that you are giving. Well, good. A number of you, जिनको नहीं आ रहा है, तुक्का मार के देखो, आज जरा देखो दिन अच्छा जा रहा है कि नहीं आपका. Of course. Which of the following fact is not true about Mahatma Gandhi? Long question. Take 30 seconds to read. Yes. Yes. Well, a recent incident was easy. Option C is correct. That is option 3. Actually, Albert Einstein was named as the person of the century and he was the runner-up. Albert Einstein was named as the person of the century, the famous scientist. And then runner-up was Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi and Franklin Roosevelt. Franklin Roosevelt was the President of United States during World War. Mahatma Gandhi is the father of the nation and the person was the Albert Einstein. Well, so let's move on to question number 16. Mark the correct match of social and developmental programs with the ministries. MNREGS, Mahatma Gandhi, Manarega, जिसे commonly Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme. Yes, the correct answer is option A, B, C, D. Which is the one? Now, JNNURM must be by urban development. Must be by urban development. It is related to urban areas. So, D3, it directly gives you the answer 4. I hope question was not difficult because of the options. Then Rural Health Mission by Health and Family Welfare, MNREGS by Panchayati Raj, and Indira Awas Yojana by Rural Development. But the key is JNNURM. It's already there in the answer. Okay. So, not a very difficult question. I hope this should have been answered by most of you. जिनके नहीं सही हो रहे हैं, थोड़ा सा पढ़ाई में दिक्कत हुई है, hopefully you should read the things well. Question number 17. Given below are the names of some women who have been rated among the most powerful women of the world by Forbes. Identify the option that ranks them in the right order as they are ranked in the Forbes list of world's 100 most powerful women in 2011. Angela Merkel, Hillary Clinton, Michelle Obama, Oprah Winfrey, Indira Nooyi, Irene Rosenfeld, Dilma Rousseff. Now, I still say this question, if you just don't know, just do not worry because this is from the last year. It's not necessary to remember today. Just mark the right answer. Let's not discuss much about this. Last year it was. This changes every year. So just do not worry. The correct answer is option D. Option 4, Angela Merkel, Hillary Clinton, Dilma Rousseff, Indira Nooyi. Question number 18. Which of the following is not an eligibility condition placed in draft guidelines for licensing of new banks in private sector issued by RBI last year? Read the question for 20 seconds, hopefully. Yes, question number 18. Well, the correct answer was option C. Correct answer was option C. So last year's question, if you don't know, I still can leave you that yes, such questions sometimes get missed. Question number 19. Name the current chairman. Now again, many of them have been changed, but the whole idea is you must know names that are common that are leading certain organizations or very important ministries or regulators or associations. So the idea is must remember some of the names that are today. This is last year. Well, not very necessary for today. Then, but still, currently, whatever is in the news, you should know about some of these regulatory heads or association heads. Now, question number 20. Which of the following group of companies have agreed to merge their liquid crystal display businesses in August 2011? LCD business. Yes. देखिए तुक्का किस किसका सही जाता है? Those who are guessing, please write in the bracket that you are guessing. Let's see how many of you actually. Okay, a lot of guessing are coming. So, most of you are guessing. Okay, that was a difficult choice given to you. No, that was an easy choice rather given to you. Most of you are guessing. Bracket में by default आप guessing ही लिख दे रहे हो. Well, okay, some are giving calculated guess. Well, what is there to calculate in this? Well, of course, if you know some of the points, you can still calculate. But if you are an industry insider, you can get the correct answer right away. Well, okay. Correct answer is what? What is the correct answer? The correct answer is B option. Sony Corporation, Toshiba, and Hitachi. Well, okay. Well, a lot of you who are writing that आज का दिन अच्छा है, ठीक है, आज का दिन अच्छा है, but 9-10 दिन बाद अच्छा होगा कि नहीं, that matters a lot. So, don't go with this guesswork. उस दिन सुबह हाथ देख लेना, हाथ ठीक नहीं लग रहा हो, तो गलत मार्क नहीं करना. 2-4 लोग अफोर्ड कर सकते हो वैसे. Well, so let's test and learn. Question now, fresh questions, fresh lot of 60 questions. Let's see how many of you can answer these questions. Currently है, आज के recent है. So the whole point is we start with the 60 questions that we have prepared for you in this year. Let's start with Olympics. Match the following cities with the year in which they hosted Summer Olympics. But the data is not very far back. The data is in the last 25 to 30 years. Well, within half a century. Let's see. Options have started. Bracket में लिख दिया करो guess जरा. Those who can write yes. One of the options. Well, there is a famous new movie on this. I hope many of you must have seen this famous movie, Munich. It was in 1972. In 1972, this Olympics is also famous because many Israeli athletes were killed in this Olympics. It was an attack there was a terrorist attack. It is the only Olympics in which there was a terrorist attack, and a number of 7 or 11 Israeli athletes were killed in it. Well, so option B for 4. Well, is there option? Yes, there is an option. Option C is correct. So, that was the whole trick here. Well, that was the whole trick here. The point is, I gave you, these options question might be difficult, but I tell you, some questions are difficult, but answers are actually easy. So well, I hope you must be, even if you know only about Munich in 1972, you can answer the questions. So of course, not all the questions will be so easy, but remember, I again say, jo bhi question, see the question. If question it seems to be very difficult, do look at the answers. In the answers, you will find a way to sort out. Well, let's move on to question number 2. Match the following: the organization, its head, and the country of head. Well, do we have the answer here? Yes, answer has started to come. Yes, some of the things that you can directly see. Now, recently, World Bank head, Jim Yong Kim. IMF head, Christine Lagarde. So, B3 and C4. Is there any option? Oh. So, we have 3 options. So, B3, C4. Now, Christine Lagarde from France. This is also data which most of us know. So 4 and 3. So well, is there any option? No. We have only option 2. So IMF, Christine Lagarde and France. Now that becomes the key. So again I say, you don't need to know everything. And one more hint that can be sorted out, as there is only one name which is a bit Japanese, Haruhiko Kuroda. So this is a Japanese name. If some of you, those who know these names, can catch these names, some of you can use your senses to connect these names. Jim Yong Kim is certainly not an American name, but he's a naturalized citizen. Jim Yong Kim, I again say, the Japanese names are generally long in the words. They have long words. And Jim Yong Kim, these are mostly Chinese or South Korean, and especially Korean names have this word Kim. Most of the Korean names, in Korean names you can still find Kim. Now, again, Jim Yong Kim, he is originally a Korean, but he is a naturalized citizen of USA. So, such things can also be connected. Now just have a view of these. So, some of the information can help you get the final answer. So, even if you don't know all these 8 options or 12 options that are in front of you, by 2-3 options, you can certainly get the answers. So, be smart in that. Such things are always there in the paper. 20 questions are not given so difficult that nobody can answer. Well, there are questions which are fitters, but you'll have to look at the options. Use your knowledge, whatever you have. Make links. And then come down to 2 or 3 options, or strike down 1 or 2 options. That will certainly give you a way out. Now, which book has recently won the Economist Crossword Book Award? Yes. Which book has recently won Economist Crossword Book Award? Yes? Yes, I give you another 10 seconds to answer. Well, a lot of guesses are coming. Yes, come on. A lot of you should participate. These have been recently in the news. Let's see. All of you, I invite all of you to participate. जितने ज़्यादा लोग participate करोगे, of course, we'll also get more courage to bring new questions, more challenging questions. अच्छा, जैसे एक बार बोलना पड़ता है, जैसे बोलो तुरंत नए नाम आने लगते हैं बगल में. गुड. ठीक है, कोई नहीं, थोड़ा ढकेलेंगे, but come with the answers. Yes. Okay. White Tiger. What is White Tiger? White Tiger was last year awarded. 2 years back it was awarded. Booker Prize by Arvind Adiga. Very good. Some of you all know it. Now Bring Up the Bodies. Bring Up the Bodies. What is that? What is Bring Up the Bodies? Yes, it is a book by Hilary Mantel. This year she has won a Booker Prize again. Hilary Mantel. Mantel. You know, Hilary Mantel has become the first lady to win it twice. This is also a GK fact that can be recorded. Hilary Mantel. M-A-N-T-E-L. ठीक है, जिसको मेरी राइटिंग अच्छी नहीं लग रही होगी थोड़ा सा, you know, I'm sorry for that because this is computer writing. Okay. So, well, my writing is still very beautiful. You can, of course, if you want my autograph, I can certainly give you my autograph. It's a very beautiful autograph, but fine. Okay, these writings may not be as good as you can think. So, Bring Up the Bodies by Hilary Mantel. Yes, and White Tiger by Arvind Adiga, and In the Danger. Well, there is no book called In the Danger. I created it myself. So, the option is Incredible Banker. It is by whom? It's by Ravi Subramanian. It is by Ravi Subramanian. So, the correct answer is The Incredible Banker, Ravi Subramanian. Now, something is from the something from our Indian National Movement. Now, I tell you, last year there were 3 references from Indian National Movement out of 21 questions. 2 questions were directly and 1 question had a reference to the Indian National Movement. So, you know, that makes it around 14 point, how much percentage? How much percentage is 1 by 7? Let's check your data. 14.2857%. Okay, fine. So overall, apart the fact, so around 14% of the question was. So, you know, I thought to include many of the, some of the references, common references. So what is the answer? Who was chosen by Mahatma Gandhi to be the first individual satyagrahi? It was a very important movement in 1940. It was of course started by Mahatma Gandhi. Of course, Mahatma Gandhi started it, and who was chosen as the first one? So Jawaharlal Nehru was the second one. Jawaharlal Nehru was the second one. So who was the first? A lot of you are giving the correct answers. Yes, very good. ठीक है, मैंने बोल दिया, कई लोग देख के भी मार्क कर सकते हो. अब ब्रैकेट में गेस लिखना जरूरी नहीं है. I would believe you have given the right answer. थोड़ा सा आपको भी अच्छा लगेगा, अच्छा राइट आंसर दोगे तो. Well, the correct answer is विनोबा भावे, आचार्य विनोबा भावे. So, count your answers. देखते हैं किसके कितने सही. I need 25 correct answers at least. In which of the following years had trade volume in decreased compared to its volume in the previous year? Now, use your sense. Use your sense. In which year could this have been? थोड़ा सा दिमाग लगाना, ये नहीं कि सीधे बस. In which of the following years had world trade volume decreased compared to its volume in the previous year? Yes, a lot of you are getting the point. Recession was the point, but because of recession in X year, the problem came in X plus 1 year, or X plus 2 year, or X plus 3 year, or X plus 4 year, or X minus 1 year. So, you know, that will be the key. I know many of you are getting the point. Yes, a lot of you are giving X plus 1. So, when was the recession? Recession was in 2008. So, the problem was visible in 2009 when the volume decreased steeply. And I tell you, 2010 had recorded the highest ever increase. 2010 recorded the highest ever increase in percentage terms. You know, so 2009 was the year. Correct answer for this question is, of course, B option, that is 2009. Well, okay, so 2009 it decreased, so there was a small, you know, that is called base effect. So because of the small base, Yes, 2010 saw a rise. But still 2010 actually saw a good rise compared to 2008 also. So, congratulations to the world. And then 2011, again it decreased, but not as fast as it in 2010. In 2011, I don't have exact data, but around 6% was the increase in 2011 in the overall trade volume around the world. And it reached around $16 trillion from around $15 trillion. And in 2009, it was around $13 trillion, and it 12.8 or 12.7, I guess. It climbed around 16% to reach 15, then from 15 it reached 16 in 2011. So there was increase in 2011. Okay, so that was about question number 5. Which of the following group of countries is not member of WTO? थोड़ा सा दिमाग लगाना. Which of the following group of countries is not a member of WTO? Not a pure factual question. Yes, come on. A number of you are giving. थोड़ा सा दिमाग लगाओ. Let's see how many of you can give the answer. Yes. Now, all of us know that China is certainly there, so cut down China. China is very important member of WTO. It joined in WTO in 2001. Now, one of the developed countries is in the option 1. South Korea. It is developed country and it is very much in the trade. Now, option is left between 2 and 3. Now, the key should be one of you have a doubt that is it South Korea for it is a disputed state. Now I again say I cannot reply every doubt, but from this point I can sublime that if you have an idea that it is a disputed state, no, South Korea is a very, very developed economy. It is like a Western nation, and include South Korea in every positive organization, in every positive deal in the world. So South Korea is a very responsible nation. Well, the North Korea has been disputed. North Korea is not disputed. It is a country, but it has a foolish rule. It has dictatorship. They say it is a communist rule, but it is a dictatorship where most of the rights for the people are absent. I tell you a fact that in North Korea, people have to take licenses for even getting TV and radio at their home. आप सोच सकते हैं इंडिया में you have to buy a TV, you will get a license from government? Of course not. Such is the case in North Korea. So well, coming back to this question, now Pakistan, is Pakistan a member of WTO? Yes, Pakistan is a member of WTO. So the option comes down is Afghanistan, Iran and Iraq. Iran, because of its nuclear problem, it has been given many sanctions. Iraq, because of the war and after the war, it has not returned. And then Afghanistan still not in WTO because with WTO, Afghanistan is not having such an economy to actually get positives of those WTO. So Afghanistan, Iran and Iraq. Okay, fine. Now point is all the three. The question was all the three. As some of you are getting that Iran is in the option 2. Then the point is overall all the three. The question is following group of countries. Turkmenistan, Iran and Pakistan. Okay, which of the following is correct about India's trade? Which of the following is correct about India's trade? It is an easy question. Which of the following is correct about India's trade? A lot of you, it's an easy question. I can see some of the... Now, well, it's a very thicker question, I still say. It's a thicker question. Use your sense. 10 years. In the last decade we have been up or down. Yes, in terms of volume, we have increased. In terms of value, we have increased in both the fronts. It is an easy question. Correct option is 1. I don't even think to explain in detail. India has increased in imports as well as exports in the last decade. Both have increased. Yes, certainly fiscal deficit has also increased. Exports have not increased as fast as increase in imports, but they have increased both on the both fronts. Then again in the import part, we have oil, which we have petroleum and oil, oil and petroleum, in which we have faced the most of the imports. And by value and by volume, it is the largest import from India. Now match the following. Connect these areas. Well, now connect this. Hillary Mantel we have discussed earlier. It's with literature and England. So A1 we have three options. It's with England also. Now, so we cut out this option 2. Then we have yes, Victoria Azarenka to tennis. This is also an option that you should know. Victoria Azarenka is a famous tennis player, but unfortunately we cannot sublind. It's already there in the options. So C32 is already there. So you must know at least about Samay Vakande and Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. So Samay Vakande, again, for the field of excellence, it's clear, it's mountaineering, and Ellen Johnson to politics. So what can be the next? Now looking at the name, what could be a Japanese name? Looking at the names, what could be a Japanese name? Well, I know Samay Vakande, but still it looks like an African name too. That is why the question had been given. Vakande is not common in Japan also, but still, let's see. Now, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, this was an easy pick. Last year she got Nobel Peace Prize. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, or she's from Liberia. Nobel Peace Prize, she got last year Nobel Peace Prize. So I guess, this would have been this was not a difficult question, I guess. Yes. Who were the others who got the Nobel Peace Prize last year? I hope you must be knowing the name. Who were the others? From Liberia, there was another woman who got Nobel Peace Prize. What was the name? Yes, Lema Gabobi. I just write the name. Leymah Gabowe. Then there was another girl who got the Nobel Peace Prize last year. What was the name? The name was Tawakkul Karman. Yes, Tawakkul Karman. Tawakkul Karman was from Yemen, and Lema Gabowe and Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was from Liberia. They got Nobel Peace Prize last year. This year, which organization got the Nobel Peace Prize? For this year, yes, it's an easy one, easy pick. Some of you must be knowing it's European Union, but European Union is not the correct answer. Yes, let's see. What's the correct answer? Who got Nobel Peace Prize? Well, European Union is the correct answer. I was just trying to check how many of you are confident about this. European Union is the correct answer. So, some of you changed the answer. Some of you started to write Eurozone, WTO, what is the answer? So, such an easy question and you are not confident. That is the check, just have a check at your preparation. So, question number 9. Match the following Indian companies and their foreign partners. Match the following Indian companies and their foreign partners. Now, Patni, very common. It should be I-gate. So, B3. What are the options? 2, 3. Then, Reliance has a very good relation with one of the following. It is an easy question. Reliance with BP, Vedanta with Kane, and GDK Power with Hancock Coal. So the correct option is option C, that is the third option. So well, I hope some of you, those who are not aware of the details, just note it down. And well, Reliance has a very long-standing relation with BP, Patni with I-gate, and Vedanta with Kane. So these are the partnerships. Then question number 10. Recently, life insurance company Max New York Life has launched a brand specifically targeted at providing financial inclusion to underprivileged masses. What is its name? What is its name? Yes. Okay, trying to find out. सब लोग गैस वाले हैं, दिख रहा है सब लोग गैस वाले हैं, सब लोग गैस वाले हैं. Yes, all of you are guess. Okay, correct answer is 2. Now point is, do not try to use your head. Seedhe, give the answer, you try to solve the question, or you don't know. Just move on to the next one. Max Vijay. And who is the brand ambassador of Max Vijay? Who is the brand ambassador of Max Vijay? A very famous personality is the brand ambassador of Max Vijay. Okay, hint. Okay, so all of you would get the answer? Correct, Amitabh Bachchan is the brand ambassador. So we have two questions linked to it. Rather, okay, question number 11. Which of the following river is not a part of Ganga river system? Which of the following river is not a part of Ganga river system? I hope you must know this. We have a very famous river, Narmada, flowing in Gujarat through the Rift Valley, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat area, and flowing in the Rift Valley. So, it is not associated. Son is directly associated, Ghagra is directly associated, and Chambal is associated with Ghagra via Yamuna. So, well, it was an easy question. I hope you must have answered. Son leads directly to Ganga. So, match the following brands and brand ambassadors associated with them. Recently, some of them have been appointed as a brand ambassador. So, have a look at the question. Well, recently, Pepsi has appointed Priyanka Chopra as its brand ambassador. And we know we are famously seeing Rasna with Virendra Sehwag. So, A3 and C2. A3 and C2. We have one option, option 3. So, just a factual question. Do not try to use your heads in it. Do not put your head in it. It is just an easy question, and do not try to put your head in it. Then, tropical cyclone recently. Now, this is a tough question. Let's see. A tropical cyclone. There have been many tropical cyclones. So, very, very recently, Sandy to USA. So, Sandy to USA, B4. We have option 3 and option 4. And C3, Ane. So, we still have option 3 and 4. So, you must know at least one in China and Vietnam. So, well, it's a factual question. I again say, you must be related to it. You must have at least a view of it. So, just do not get it blindly. The correct is China is to Saula and Vietnam is to Sakhar. Be aware of the current events. This has been recently. Now, well, the point in this is, इस तरह के कई question होंगे. There will be many questions of this way in which you can sublime down to two options. You can sublime down to two options. Option 3 and 4 can be rested. Okay, question number 14. Match the participating countries with the military exercises with India. Recently, these countries have had military exercises with India. Military exercises with India. So foreign relations have improved with these countries and India has had many military exercises these days. Which country had which? Yes. Something can be related Japan to Gymex. So Japan to Gymex, that gives option 1 and 4. The Mongolia. Then you need one option more at least. So A1 and B4 is clear. So between USA and Russia, you have to find India X or Indra. Now USA was with India X in the Arabian Sea and then Russia with Indra. So the correct answer is option B. This is the correct option. So purely fact, so fact is there and then some amount of sorting out. So this is the main theme, be ready with such facts in the examination. कुछ facts की जरूरत है, कुछ भी fact नहीं होगा तो आंसर मुश्किल हो जाएगा आना. Some facts and then some amount of sorting out. This how you can answer 50 to 60% of the question. Who among the following has never been the Viceroy of India? Lord Clement Attlee, Lord Mountbatten, Lord Ripon, Lord Lytton. Yes. Very famous question from the some of you are writing that he was the Prime Minister, one of them was Prime Minister, but do remember, even if he was Prime Minister, he could have been the Viceroy of India sometime. So, be sure about the answer. Well, Lord Mountbatten, I hope all of you know that this is not the one. Of course, we can avoid this. Then left is 1, 3 and 4. Left is 1, 3 and 4. Then the correct answer is Clement Attlee. Many of you gave that he was the Prime Minister. Yes, he was the Prime Minister of England when India became independent. So remember this also. He was the PM of England, UK when India became independent in 1947. So Lord Ripon, Lord Lytton were there in 19th century. They were. Now these names are famous. Lord Ripon is known as the father of local self-government. In India, local self-government was started during the time of Lord Ripon in around 1882. And Lytton was very ill-famous. He was very, very ill-famous because of a bill in which he said that Europeans cannot be tried by Indian judges. So it was a very big decision at that time, and he also brought a press act, Vernacular Press Act. Lord Lytton, option 4, brought Vernacular Press Act in 1878 that prohibited vernaculars, newspapers in vernacular that were inciting against the government. Lord Ripon was the father of local self-government. So Lord Mountbatten, will be all of us know, he was the last British Viceroy, British Governor General. Then Lord Clement Attlee, of course, he was not any time the Viceroy of India. He became the Prime Minister of England in 1945, and at the time of India's independence, he was the Prime Minister. Question number 16. Which of the following constitutes the largest share in Indian exports? Which of the following constitutes the largest share in Indian exports? Yes. Which of the following constitutes the largest share in Indian exports? I hope you must have seen Indian Economic Survey that I had told in the last class. So, from that it is very, very clear. It's the highest is engineering goods. It's in the decreasing order, all the four: engineering goods, then gems and jewelry, then chemicals, then textiles. So these four, of course, by value, these are by value. Engineering goods, 22% around, gems and jewelry around 16%, then chemicals around 11%, and textiles around 9%. So these are the top four sectors in which India exports. So 22, 16, 11 and 9. Well, factual question, you know or you don't know. Don't try to put in your head. Then which of the following companies has not been acquired by Google? Which of the following companies have not been acquired by the Google? Yes. Which of the following companies? Motorola Mobility was, Android was, Picasa was. The correct answer is next. The correct answer is next. It was acquired by no other famous company, Apple. Yes. Well, okay. So which of the following countries cannot be reached by land route from India? Which of the following countries cannot be reached by land route from India? A check of your geography, check of your general geography. A lot of you are giving the answers. Good. जो नहीं दे रहे हैं वो भी दो जरा. It is an easy one. Yes, the correct answer is UK. The correct answer is UK. So, well, undersea tunnel, we had thought about that. Undersea tunnel is not a land route again. It certainly cannot be in the land route. So, UK is the correct answer. United Kingdom. What is Operation Rainstorm associated with? Recently, there was a very major operation by Indian Army. What is the Operation Rainstorm associated with? Maoist, insurgency in Nagaland, insurgency in Kashmir, to prevent few of the northeastern areas from heavy rainfall. Yes, come on. Operation Rainstorm recently is associated with what? Correct answer is Maoist. Now, in these questions, do not try to use your logic. You know it or you don't know it. So, just take it. आता है, नहीं आता है, mark it, move ahead. Of course, very good, very good. Some of you are participating very well. I again invite most of you to participate. You write the answer. Of course, write the answer once. You will certainly remember it in the exam. 100%, that is the best way to write. There is a famous Chinese saying that the fairest, the lightest of the ink is darker than the best of the memory. I again say, the lightest of the ink is darker than the best of the memory. याद नहीं रहेगा वहां पे. थोड़ा सा लिख लो, हल्की सी इंक रहेगी, किताब पे लिख जाएगा, अंडरलाइन हो जाएगा, याद रहेगा. गुड फाइन. अच्छा अब आंसर देने शुरू कर दिए कई लोगों. So well, we move ahead. Question number 20. Arrange the following nations in decreasing order of their share in the trade with India. Arrange the following nations in decreasing order of their share in the trade with India. What is the correct? A lot of you are giving answer. Option 1, option 2, option 3. ब्रैकेट में गैस वालों गैस तो लिख दिया करो कम से कम. Yes, a lot of you are giving the answers. Good, good. I welcome all of you to participate. जिसके लगातार 5 आंसर सही होंगे उसका नाम अनाउंस करूंगा. लेट्स सी. ओके अच्छा ठीक है. 2 टॉफी नाम जिसने लगातार 5 आंसर दिए. गुस्साना नहीं, बिल्कुल मत गुस्साना. ओके फाइन. सो वी आर some of you are actually furious, I guess. Okay fine. So the correct answer is that China has been ahead of UAE now. China is leading and then is UAE. So 1 is greater than 3. We have only one option. China is just leading, then comes US, then comes Saudi Arabia. So 1, 3, 2, 4. Many of you gave the correct answer. आज लगता है तुक्के वालों का दिन अच्छा नहीं जा रहा है. बहुत ट्राई कर रहे हैं तुक्का सही करने का, लेकिन तुक्के वालों का दिन अच्छा नहीं जा रहा. ओनली फ्यू ऑफ यू आर गेटिंग द करेक्ट आंसर्स. लग रहा है क्वेश्चन ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट प्रिपेयर हो गया है. Well, we move on to question number 21. And well, again, if I ask you the question from question number 21 again, 20 again, that in with which of the following nation India has a trade deficit? Can you give the answer? With which of the following India has trade deficit? You know, the answer can be more than one. Answer can be more than one. You know, just have a sense. Well, we know China is certainly, we have the highest of the trade deficit. With Saudi Arabia, we import most of our oil. So with Saudi Arabia also. So well, with UAE we almost have the balance. In some of the reports you can see that with UAE we have a very minor trade deficit. In some we have a very minor trade surplus. So with UAE it's generally balanced. With USA we have trade surplus. With China there is a big massive deficit. The deficit has climbed up to around $25 billion. And with Saudi Arabia further we have a deficit. Question number 21. Name the female Indian Air Force officer who became the first lady to lead IAF contingent at Republic Day parade. Well, recently, who is Mithali Madhumita? Who is Mithali Madhumita? She was the first lady to get the Gallantry Award. She was the first lady to get the Gallantry Award. The correct answer for this is Sneha Shekhawat. Sneha Shekhawat. So just, you know it or you don't know it. Don't try to use your extra brain. 10 seconds, 10 seconds, mark it, mark it, don't know, go ahead. Match the following female players and the games they are associated with. Yes. One is common, Mithali Raj. Mithali Raj is associated with cricket. She is one of the finest batsmen India has ever produced. So B is to 3. Then recently one of the famous players defeated the top ranking Chinese badminton player. Who is she? You know one of the player, yes, PV Sindhu defeated Yu Zhuyi. She was the gold medal at London Olympics. PV Sindhu with badminton. So A2 and B3. We have one option. A2 and B3. Yes, we have option B as the correct. Then Tintu Luka with athletics, and Bumbalya Devi, she had participated this time. She had participated this time with in archery at London Olympics with Deepika Kumari, but she lost, so they could not march ahead. Even Deepika Kumari herself lost. So, well, we move to the next question. Which of the following companies has changed its logo for the first time in 25 years? Just user friends these days. It's an easy question. Just to boost your morale. जिनको भी लग रहा हो सही आंसर देंगे ज्यादा अपने don't pat your back. It's a very easy question, and some of you are still not able to give the correct answer. Well, the correct answer is first time, yes, Microsoft. We won't waste much time on such question. Now we move on to question number 24. Which of the following is correct regarding India's external trade? India's exports in services are more than its imports in services. India's imports in services are more than its exports in services. India's exports in merchandise are more than its imports in merchandise. India's exports value is more than its imports value. So give the correct answer. This checks your knowledge in the foreign trade of India. In which option is correct? Well, certainly India has a trade deficit. So fourth option cannot be the point. India's export value is not more than its import value. Because if that had been the case, we would have trade surplus. Then India's exports in merchandise are more than its import in merchandise. Well, certainly not. This is the biggest part of deficit. It's the first option which gives us a trade surplus, and that balances the trade deficit in merchandise. In all, because of services, we have a low trade deficit. Trade, very, very important in India's economy, trade services. It has produced trade surplus since last many years, and merchandise we are certainly losing. Well, question number 25. Match the following national waterways and their terminal points. Match the following national waterways and their terminal points. Yes, National Waterway, very, very important. National Waterway Authority of India has also been created. By the riverway we transport our goods, and it has started to catch up the trend in India. In Western countries, it is very, very famous. So National Waterway number NW1, NW2, NW3, NW4 from 2. First was, just use some of the sense. Kollam is in Kerala. From Kerala to Allahabad, can there be any waterway? It's very, very difficult. So, such thing, just have a view. Try to find these places which are still closed. From Kollam to Allahabad. Kollam is in Kerala and Allahabad is in Uttar Pradesh. It's more than 2,500 kilometers. National waterway is still closed. Yes, first is National Waterway. One was very famous, Haldia. Haldia is near Kolkata. Haldia port. Two, of course, sorry. It's not Bhadrachalam, Haldia to Allahabad. So, Haldia to Allahabad. So, A to 1. Is there any option? Yes, we have 1 and 4. Then what can be closed? Kollam to Kottapuram is closed. Kollam and Kottapuram both are in Kerala. So, Kollam, Kottapuram, 1 and 4. Is there any option? Yes, we have option 1. So, that can give you the correct answer. Well, again, National Waterway 2 is also famous. Dhubri to Sadia. Dhubri to Sadia is also famous, not very, it's still known. It's in the northeastern area. Then it's in the Brahmaputra river. Brahmaputra river is very navigable. It's a voluminous river, large river. So, such areas are navigable. So, we move on to question number 26. Match the following. I give you 1 minute to solve this question. Yes, try this out. Yes, Jawaharlal Nehru, Mahatma Gandhi, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Raja Ram Mohan Roy. These are famous names in India. Mahatma Gandhi, certainly Porbandar. Mahatma Gandhi, Porbandar is still easy. B2. So B2, we have three options. 1, 2, 4. And then again there is still one of the option that Jawaharlal Nehru is younger to Mahatma Gandhi or older. So if Jawaharlal Nehru goes to 1869, then Mahatma Gandhi to 1889, certainly it is wrong. Check option 1. So Jawaharlal Nehru must be after Mahatma Gandhi. So if Mahatma Gandhi is B3, so certainly this cannot be. So option 1 can be eliminated. So Jawaharlal Nehru 1889 and Mahatma Gandhi 1869 or maybe 1856. But then again the point is Raja Ram Mohan Roy is certainly one of the oldest social reformers. He was born in 1774. He was the one who abolished sati with the help of English Governor William Bentinck in 1829. So in 1829 it was abolished in India. So Raja Ram Mohan Roy famously is a famous social leader of 19th century, early 19th century. So well, the correct option finally sublimes to option 2. So, overall, and again, Bal Gangadhar Tilak was also an early leader of Indian national movement. Mahatma Gandhi and Jawaharlal Nehru later joined. So, in all, you can sublime. So, some of the sense can be used. Question was difficult, not very easy, but some sense could have been used, and if not, you can, of course, so there is always an option to quit the question. Then match the following London Olympics gold medalists with their country in the sports they are associated with. Take 30 seconds to 1 minute. I invite most of you to participate very from the current affairs. Very much from the current affairs. Please hold the volume. I'll try again later. Yes. Good. A lot of you, number of you are participating. Yes, the names are as such that the country, there are 3 countries given. So, not very easy. So, well, Mo Farah is a Somalian-born UK athlete who has won the gold medal in 5,000 meters and 10,000 meters. Athletics UK. So A11, well, A11, we have 3 options. So real test is down there. Well, Ye Shivan is a new swimming sensation. Her last 50 meters of 400 meter swimming was even better than the winner of male swimming competition. It was even better than Michael Phelps. She is a new swimming sensation from China. Yes, swimming and China. So, well, Ye Shivan, B23. Well, is there any option? Yes, we have an option. A11 and B23. Option C. Aki Dolde, this name you should know. Tatsuhiro Yunomitsu. He was in wrestling. He was the one who defeated Sushil Kumar in the final. Tatsuhiro Yonemitsu, he defeated Sushil Kumar in the final. So his name, I just did not find his name out of any, it does not came out of any blue. So, this name, he is the one who defeated Sushil Kumar in the final of the wrestling, in the freestyle. So, and then of course his name can be guessed to Japan. It's long names, generally such Eastern names, long names are generally attributed to Japan. But for that, D, we have three options. D4, D4, D4. So, it was important. He was in wrestling. He defeated our famous wrestler Sushil Kumar in the finals for the gold medal. So we move on to question number 28. Which of the following mobile phone company has not launched any handset based on Android operating system? Yes. सब लोग ने खरीदा होगा. I have a phone, Android phone. Yes. Nokia Lumia is an Android phone. I have that. Yes, I have a Nokia Lumia which is of course based on Android phone. Or could it be Samsung? Samsung S3 is based on Symbian, I guess. Well, yeah, a lot of you know, I guess, about these mobile systems, so fine. So, okay, fine. The correct answer is Nokia. Well, fine. Correct answer is Nokia. So, Nokia has shifted to Windows. No, not shifted, but they have started to release some phones on Windows. So, very good. Well, fine. So, let's move on to question number 29. Which of the following airports in India is not classified in international airport category? Well, which of the following is not classified in international airport category? Yes. Well, it's a pure factual. Bhopal is not the one. Calicut, Mangalore and Varanasi, all the three are. Pure fact, you know it or you don't know it. ज़्यादा दिमाग लगाने की जरूरत ही नहीं है इसमें. Just move on, if you don't know. Which of the following books has not been written by Salman Rushdie? Which of the following books has not been written by Salman Rushdie? I hope you must know this. Yes, which of the one? Yes, the correct answer is actually option 3. It is by V.S. Naipaul. V.S. Naipaul. Okay, fine. Not very difficult question, I guess. So, next question number, so again I say, last question, just be free, you know it or you don't know it. Don't try to use your extra brain. Question number 31. Which of the following trade policy measures have been taken by Indian government in 2011 and 12 to improve trade volume? Well, fine. There are demands of brakes. Do you most of you are in favor or not? It would be brakes are generally discontinued. In such sessions, generally brakes break the sessions. So and well, there will not be any break. So we'll continue. I don't think we are just working so hard. We're just sitting. Of course, no dinner time. Of course, dinner cannot be taken in 5 minutes. So overall, question number 31. Well, let's focus on the question. Which of the following trade policy measures have been taken by Indian government in 2011-12 to improve trade volume? FEMA, it is a very, very old one. Market link focus product scheme, old one. Well, this year it has been taken special focus market scheme. Now, in these SFMS, there are many geographies which India is looking for, and in these geographies, India is actually trying to promote some of the goods. That is special focus market scheme. So, markets, special focus on the new markets. That is the idea. The question number 32. Match the following state heads and the country they lead. Match the following state heads and the country they lead. Yoshihiko Noda from Japan. Kim Jong-un recently became the head of North Korea after the death of his father. Liu Ming-bak, not very difficult option, South Korea. And Ma Ying-jeou, generally people don't hear about him because of the Chinese dominance. So this comes here. So well, the correct option comes. What is the correct option we have? Well, the correct option is C. Question number 33. Now, recently there had been an expert committee who gave a report on GAAR. So, who is the chairman of the expert committee on GAAR which had submitted its report recently? Yes, good number of answers are coming. लिखो. Let's see. हाथ दर्द करे चाहे जो हो, ठीक है. एक की दबाने में हाथ नहीं दर्द करेगा. So correct answer is Parthasarathi show. Well, question number 34. Again, to give you rest, there are 2-3 questions. Very easy. I won't even give the answer of this question. We have already had a point of this question in before. Easy one. JNN URM. Well, I guess option, most of you are giving correct answer, and still urban rural wale logo, that is not the one. These 3 are wrong. Correct answer is option A. By which ministry is JNNRUM promoted? By which ministry is JNNURM promoted? Yes, by the name it should be clear. Urban Development Ministry. Urban Development Ministry. Ministry of Urban Development. Okay. Which Indian state had the largest share in Indian exports in 2010 and 11? Which Indian state had the largest share in Indian exports in 2010 and 11? Yes. Which one? Maharashtra, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu or Uttar Pradesh? Yes, good answers are coming. Good number of answers. Yes, I welcome all of you to participate. याद रखना है तो लिखना पड़ेगा. Okay, good. New answers are coming. Very good. So correct answer is, pure fact, Gujarat. Gujarat is leading far ahead of other states. Maharashtra is the next closer. Yes, fine. What is the name of the southernmost naval air station opened by India recently at Campbell Bay in Andaman and Nicobar Islands? Which is the one? What is the name of the southernmost naval air station opened by India recently at Campbell Bay in Andaman and Nicobar Islands? कुछ भी तुक्का, सीधे तुक्का मत मारो. देख लो दिन आज अच्छा है कि नहीं. Yes. Southernmost naval station. Well, we know Halwara is near, some of you must be knowing Halwara is near Ludhiana, so of course it cannot be the southernmost. The correct answer is INS Bars. The correct answer is INS Bars. Well, guess वालों, जरा ब्रैकेट में guess तो लिख दिया तो करो. Well, which of the following is not a fundamental right? Which of the following is not a fundamental right? Right. Which of the following is not a fundamental right? Yes. Yes, good number of answers are coming. Right, equality is there. Is there any right to liberty? Is there any right to liberty? Well, there is right to liberty or not. The Article 21 says right to life and liberty. So, well, there is this right. Right to liberty is a right. Well, prosperity and property are not. Property was the right, fundamental right earlier, but it was removed after 1978 in the 44th Amendment Act. By the 44th Amendment Act, it was removed. Right to property was there. Today, right to property is not a fundamental right. Rather, it is a legal right now. It is still a legal right. If you have any, you can go to court, but it is not a fundamental right. You cannot go by Article 32. Now it is in Article 300. It is a legal right. Well, so the correct option is option 3. Question number 38. Which of the following statements is incorrect? Now, one statement is incorrect in the following option. Rest 3 are correct. So, बाकी 3 आप लोग याद कर लीजिएगा. Remember the rest of the 3. Which of the following statements is incorrect? W.C. Banerjee was the first president of Indian National Congress. Badruddin Tayyib was the first Muslim president of Indian National Congress. Sarojini Naidu was the first women president of Indian National Congress. Who was the... Well, a lot of you are giving the answer. Very good, very good. I invite all of you. Yes, very good. Now, who was the first president? W.C. Banerjee, it's correct. Badruddin Tayyib in the third session became the first Muslim. George Yule in the fourth session became the first European. Now, third option is wrong. Sarojini Naidu is the first Indian woman president of Indian National Congress. Correct answer is our famous Annie Besant. Annie Besant is famously related to Theosophical Society, and also one more famous movement is related to Annie Besant. Can you name the famous movement which was related to Annie Besant? Annie Besant was related to one of the famous? Yes, Home Rule League. Very good. Some of you giving the correct answer. Arpit, Ashwini, Paritosh. Very good. Home Rule Movement was related to Annie Besant. Who was the other Indian leader who was associated with Home Rule Movement? Can you name the other very famous Indian leader who was associated with Home Rule Movement? Yes, some of you are getting the answers. Yes, good. Some of you, okay. Ram Mohan Roy. Ram Mohan Roy was in 19th century there. So, well, who was the one? Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Very good. Bal Gangadhar Tilak in Maratha area, Annie Besant in the southern area of Tamil Nadu area. So, these two were very famous. Annie Besant in Madras area and Bal Gangadhar Tilak in Mumbai presidency. So, it's the Home Rule Movement. Annie Besant, very famously associated. She became the first female president of Indian National Congress. Then which of the following is included in the Part 4 of the Constitution? Very famous. Which of the following is included in the Part 4 of the Constitution? Citizenship. Citizenship is in which part? Citizenship is in second part. Fundamental rights in third part. Directive principle, fourth part. Fundamental duties, they are called 4A. 4A. Generally, they are represented by Roman numerals. Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, and Part 4A. Now, I am giving some of the questions from Polity and Indian National Movement because there have been significant questions, around 4 or 5 questions out of 20 from last 2-3 years papers. So, 12. Question number 40. Map the following famous personalities and the award they have won recently. Recently, they have been related to the awards won recently. So, try to link. Yes, I give you 30 seconds to connect. Yes. What is the correct answer? Vandana Shiva famously has been associated with Fukuoka Award. It is given for upholding the Asian culture. Then Ibrahim Al-Qazi, he has been given the highest French cultural award, the Order of Letters and Arts and Letters. Sudha Singh is a famous athlete. She has been awarded Arjuna Award, A. Manvalan, Saraswati Samman. So correct answer is option 4. So, well, question number 41. Which city will host the next G20 summit? Recently, G20 summit was held in Mexico, Las Cabos, which is the next city to host G20 summit. Which is the next city to host G20 summit? Yes, come on. A lot of you are giving the answers very good. मुझे पता है कई लोगों को भूख लग रही है. कोई नहीं, खूब खाना मिलेगा. घर पे बना होगा, अच्छे से मिलेगा. खाना और सोना. सुबह 12 बजे से पहले मत उठना, लेकिन अभी ध्यान दो. Come on. So correct answer is Brisbane. Very, so just pure fact based, or you don't know. Don't try to use your extra sense. So G20. So who has become the first foreign national to win Dronacharya Award? Who has become the first foreign national to win the Dronacharya Award? Recently, 6 people have been given Dronacharya Award. Who is the one? Yes, the correct answer is Bai Fernandez. He is a Cuban coach of boxing from Cuba. Okay, fine. Now I find a lot of you are writing it was a KBC question. Well, I sincerely say I was not aware of KBC question. I am away from my home and I cannot just see the TV these days. Well, I hope I can see the KBC very soon. well, it's just a coincidence. अच्छा है, चलो कोई नहीं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. Well, कोई नहीं हो सकता है, there could be a probability that KBC must have taken question from me. Is there a probability? There is certainly, यार, ऐसी कौन सी बात है? Okay, fine. So we move on to question number 43. Well, it is by Fernandez. Gary Kirsten is a very good. He was a very successful coach of India. जब से गया हम जीत ही नहीं पा रहे हैं. खैर आज वैसे if you must have seen, आज इंग्लैंड की अच्छे से वही इंग्लैंड का हाल हो रहा है जो हमारा हुआ था इंग्लैंड में. समझ में नहीं आती है किधर गेंद आती है और किधर चली जाती है. So well, of course, England will see this fate today. 0-4. Well, Leszek Kucharski and Massimo Constantini, they were coaches of table tennis team. So very well. Okay, fine. कल देखते हैं. कल अश्विन और ओझा ना निकाल दिए इनका बोझा तो नाम बदल देना. ऑफ कोर्स बनता है भाई. 4-0 से हारे थे हम इंग्लैंड में. I had bought a special HD connection that time. मुझे याद है high definition connection खरीद के रखा था, and we lost every match. जो भी आता था खड़ा ही हो जाता था, आउट ही नहीं होते थे, और हमारे 5-5 मिनट में निकाल दिए जाते थे. Okay, fine. So we move on to question number 43. बाकी डिस्कशन बाद में. Which of the following issues is not related to WTO negotiations? Which of the following issues is not related to WTO negotiations? NAMA, TRIPS, dumping, and NPT. NAMA, I asked about this in IRMA session. NAMA is non-agricultural market access. It is related to non-agricultural markets. Then TRIPS is related to intellectual property. Dumping, very important in WTO. कोई भी सामान, Chinese very famously used to dump their products. Now NPT is nuclear proliferation treaty. It's nuclear non-proliferation treaty. So, NPT is certainly not related to WTO. It was not a very difficult question, I guess. कुछ दिमाग लग सकता था. NPT is, we all know it's non-proliferation treaty, nuclear non-proliferation treaty. So, NAMA, TRIPS, dumping clearly related to WTO, and NPT certainly not related. Question number 44. Which famous sports personality has been appointed as the brand ambassador of Ralph & Tires? Recently, one of the famous personality has been appointed as the brand ambassador of Ralph & Tires. Who is the one? Yes. Which famous sports personality has been appointed as the brand ambassador of Ralph & Tires? Well, the correct answer is Sushil Kumar. ज्यादा दिमाग लगाने की जरूरत नहीं है. वैसे टायरों का नाम था इसलिए मैंने ऐसे ऑप्शंस दिए जो थोड़े दमदार हो. सचिन तेंदुलकर वगैरह नहीं देंगे इसमें. ऑफ कोर्स विजेंद्र सिंह, योगेश्वर दत्त एंड सुशील कुमार. तीनों के तीनों अच्छे दम वाले हैं. ओके, फाइन. Question number 45. Who had famously said about Crips mission that it is a post-dated check drawn on a crashing bank? Very famously said by one of our famous leaders. He may be from India or he may be from Pakistan. Well, at that time it was India. It is a post-dated check drawn on a crashing bank. It was during World War II when India was demanding complete independence. There were many efforts by British government to appease Indians, and they had sent many such missions. There was a cabinet mission, there was a Crips mission, there was August offer, then there was Wavell plan. So, well, Crips mission was the one when Crips mission gave an offer to India of dominion status. So, well, not Feynman Commission. Feynman Commission was back in 1927. So, Crips mission was in 1942, and it was famously said by our honorable father of nation, Mahatma Gandhi, कि एक दिवालिया बैंक का चेक है ये. तो क्या ही होना है इसका. एक दिवालिया बैंक, वो भी पोस्ट डेटेड चेक. सो वैसे भी पैसे नहीं है आपके पास और हमको पोस्ट डेटेड चेक दे रहे हो. So at that time it was thought that Britain would lose the World War and Germany and India would not even be there after World War II. But finally they won. They fought well with the Nazis along with the US and Russia. So finally, after post for 1945, there were certain missions like Wavell Plan, Shimla Conference was also there, Shimla Plan which is also called, and there was Mountbatten Plan, and finally India got independence. Then arrange the following in chronological order. Arrange the following in chronological order. We have 6 questions here. This is the last question from Indian National Movement section. So, going with the 14% trademark, we have 10%. So this is not a very tough one. It's easy one actually. All these 4 events have been very far away from each other. Well, first War of Independence, certainly earliest one, 1857. I hope all of you must be knowing that. Bahadur Shah Zafar, Rani Jhansi. Then Quit India Movement, 1942. It was just before independence time. Non-cooperation movement, 1920. after the arrival of Mahatma Gandhi. Then partition of Bengal, it was in 1905. So 4, 2, 1 and 3. Option 4. So who was the Viceroy of India when partition of Bengal took place? When partition of Bengal took place, who was the Viceroy of India? Just an information for you, Lord Curzon. Lord Curzon. Very famous, his famous divide and rule policy divided Bengal in Muslim and Hindu areas. Well, one part today is famously called Bangladesh and the other part West Bengal. अभी आप लोग सोचते नहीं हो कि West Bengal इंडिया के ईस्ट में तो भी उसका नाम West Bengal क्यों है? Just have a view. West Bengal is actually in the eastern part of India, but still it's called West Bengal. So because of in Bengal, east is Bangladesh. That was called East Bengal. Before 1971, it was called East Bengal, and West Bengal is in India. Then after 1971, it became Bangladesh. Then, which of the following taglines has not been used by Samsung? Samsung has been aggressively in the market. Samsung has been aggressively in the market. Which of the following is not? It doesn't take a genius. It was a clear attack on Apple. This was used by Samsung recently. It was a clear attack on Apple. Designed for humans. Designed for humans is for S3. For Samsung S3, this is the tagline, designed for humans. The next big thing is already here. This is also a tagline for Samsung S3 mobile. The world's thinnest smartphone. At that time, it was given by iPhone 4. It was given by Apple for iPhone 4. So, well, recently these have been in the news, designed for humans, and next big thing is already here. S3 was very much in the news. S3 we know is one of the best products they say have ever designed, and it doesn't take a genius. It was some 4-5 months back. It was an attack on Apple, and then, of course, option 3 is not used by Samsung. Match the following authors and the famous books. Match the following authors and the famous books. Yes, let's see. Now this is a static question, not from the current. It's from, well, we have Paul Coelho, very famous alchemist. So C4, 2 and 3. J.R.R. Tolkien, Lord of the Rings. B2. Now we just have to need A and D. Out of A and D, you have to find one. Charles Dickens, very famous, one of the most circulated novels in the world. It has sold over 100 million copies. A Tale of Two Cities. And again, Agatha Christie, also very famous novel. And then there were none. So, correct option is, well, you can find out the option, I guess. Well, which of the following is not a part of National Highway Development Program? Which of the following is not the part of National Highway Development Program? Which of the one? Yes, a lot of you are giving the answers. Let's see. आज दिन अच्छा नहीं जा रहा तुक्के वालों का. ऐसा फ्री में तुक्का मत मारो. Yes, the correct answer is Golden Quadrilateral was NHDP Phase 1, North-South Corridor NHDP Phase 2, and Expressways, it has been in NHDP Phase 6 and 7, bi-laning of state highways. It has nothing to do with the state highways. It is working on national highways only. National highways only. So that was the point. Match the following winners of 59th National Film Awards and the film they are associated with. So very easy, 1 point. Vidya Balan. Now, after Vidya Balan, then you have to find out. Girish Kulkarni, Rupa Ganguly, Partho Gupte. Now, I guess it will be easy. Girish Kulkarni, a Marathi actor for Diol. Rupa Ganguly, Abhusheshe. Partho Gupte, Stanley Kadabba. Now, all these are National Film Award winners. So, I know most of you must be confused because if you are in the geography in which this film has been released, it's easy for you, but still there was one brilliant, easy option that was given, that was Vidya Balan Dirty Picture. Pan India, picture was not very dirty, but the name was Dirty Picture. So, then Girish Kulkarni, Partha Gupta, or Stanley Kadabba, Girish Kulkarni, National Award winner, National Film Award winner for the film Diol. So, yes, question was still easy to moderate. Then recently, something has happened to the banks, foreign banks. Which is the primary condition in this? After a recommendation of an expert panel chaired by former Union Bank of India chairman M.V. Nair, RBI has recently revised the target for priority sector loans for foreign lenders. Which of the following conditions will bring banks in the above category? It must have a working capital of more than $100 million. It must have more than 20 bank branches in India. It must have rural presence in at least 5 Indian states. It must have employee base of over 500. Let's see how many of you give the correct answer. Well, the correct answer is actually option 2. So, it has been unwelcomed by foreign banks. For priority sector lending has been given to these banks escaped priority sector lending before. And, because of this, they were at a certain advantage. Now, many of the banks have opposed this, and they have clearly opposed that why 20 is the figure. Between 20 and 21, the whole business changes. Now they will have to, 40% is to priority sector lending. So very, very costly for these foreign banks to have profitable business for next 2-3 years. It will be a bit tight for them. Well, of course, they will find some strategy, but it is a welcome step for India. It's good that RBI has finally come to actually open these banks for foreign sector, for priority sector lending. Earlier, only public sector banks were in it, and now if a foreign bank has more than 20 branches, well, the whole thing changes. It is certainly not welcomed by many of them. The Malegaon Committee associated with which of the following areas? Very important, Malegaon Committee. Very important, Malegaon Committee. Foreign trade, AFSTA, microfinance, transportation. Malegaon Committee, AFSTA. What is AFSTA? What is AFSTA? Armed Forces Special Power Act. It's in many parts of India, very commonly in Jammu Kashmir. It's also in Manipur area. It's also in some of the Nagaland areas. So AFSTA. Then, foreign trade, microfinance, AFSTA, and transportation. It is related to microfinance. Very important for financial inclusion in India. Very important for financial inclusion in India. Malegaon Committee gave recommendations on microfinance. Now, which of the following statements is correct? It will check your knowledge of recent days. Yes, a lot of you are giving the correct answer. Right? So it's very simple. Share of developing countries has increased and developed countries have decreased. Well, question number 54. Which Indian industrialist has been awarded Lifetime Achievement Award for Innovation in Philanthropy by Rockefeller Foundation? Recently, he has been awarded. What is the name of our famous personality in India? Some of you are giving correct, some of you are wrong. The correct answer is Ratan Tata. Same correct answer is Ratan Tata. Then another small check to your geography. Which of the following Indian states does not have an international border? Which state does not have an international border? Jharkhand, Bihar, West Bengal, Gujarat. Question is easy. Just to check your a bit of geography. I hope it must not be difficult. Jharkhand. So such questions have been included because there is some part of static in the question papers last year. So fine, okay, this question is copied again, I guess. Now we'll move on to 57 question. Match the following soccer teams with the tournament they have won in 2012. Match the following soccer teams with the tournament they have won in 2012. So this question is related to all these are football teams and football cups. Recently they have won. So just have a sense. Europe, A and B are the European leagues, so it must be in the 1 and 2 option. Uruguay and Corinthians are from South America. So Uruguay, Chelsea for Champions League, I guess it's not a difficult one. So A1 certainly, we get option 1, 3 and 4. Atletico Madrid has won Europa Cup. Uruguay has won Copa America and Corinthians have won Copa Libertadores. So this is the biggest Corinthians. Copa Libertadores is like Champions League of South America. It is the club tournament of South America. So question number 58. With which of the following group is Seoul Development Consensus associated? With which of the recently it was there in the news a year back around. It is associated with which? It has replaced a Washington Development Consensus which was earlier in the force. So with which organization group is it associated? Well, it is Seoul Development Consensus is regarding finance, and on the world finance, the leading group is G20. So G20 is associated with Seoul Development Consensus. These are some set of rules that have to be followed by the countries so that they keep their economy and finances stable. So that is about Seoul Development Consensus, and it was earlier Washington Development Consensus, which has now been replaced by Seoul Development Consensus. Then match the following leaders and organizations. Some famous personalities. Now we know very commonly some of the names, but with which group have been they associated? Now, M.N. Roy, CPI, he was the founder of Communist Party of India. Bhagat Singh, very closely related to Revolutionary Party, that is Hindustan Socialist Republican Army, HSRA. Hindustan Socialist Republican Army. C.R. Das formed Swaraj Party under Congress with Motilal Nehru. And Abul Kalam Azad, he was the President of Congress for a very long time, just before independence. So correct answer is option 1. Then which of the following acquisitions has not been done by Tech Mahindra Satyam? Recently, Tech Mahindra Satyam has acquired many companies. Which of the following has not been acquired by Tech Mahindra? Which of the following acquisitions have not been done by Tech Mahindra? Comviva, Bharti, Wampoa, Hutchison, Canvas and Technologies, and Marsh BPO. No, this is a question of current. Recently, these acquisitions have been done. Which of the following has not been done by it? The correct answer is now, it's a pure factual question. Do not try to use extra head. The correct answer is Marsh BPO. It is done by famous company Infosys. In C. Comviva, Wampo and Canvas. Recently, Tech Mahindra has expanded very much with Satyam. Satyam had a big BPO business, and after the scam 4 years back, now it has bounced back with a partnership with Tech Mahindra, certainly. So I hope you know how many of you have more than 25-30 correct answers. Many sitters were there. Recently we have covered most of the areas. Out of 60 questions, we had around most of the areas which we had recently. Most of us, yes, fine. So we have seen most of the areas that have been in the news recently. We have tried to cover most of the areas that are not just a particular section. Now overall, I hope you must have got more than 30. I gave many of the sitters. Now overall idea was to give most of the information. I still tell you, not just the number of questions. Many of the questions had many of the information. Many of the answers also had information. Many times questions were made a bit easy to give you maximum information. So idea is to take maximum information. Question हो सकता है या ना है, लेकिन linked कोई question और आ सकता है. There can be some questions linked to this. So overall idea is to be, have maximum knowledge out of it. Now that will be helpful because to have the same question, it generally gets difficult. But I still say link it. In the questions also there were some of the data. Like 2 questions back, there was a report by in which the banks were asked, the 20 banks question. In the question was very lengthy. In that some information was there. Some of the options, we have 4 options so that you can click one or you can pick one of those. So in the options you have 1 incorrect but 3 correct. So try to remember the rest of the 3. So overall idea is to get maximum information for you. Try to take this. Of course, fine. Then next session, more questions, at least 60 to 80 questions will be there more. And the next session is we'll meet you for the next session. Next session is on 19th. I hope you will be there. We'll have another 60 to 80 questions, fresh questions, and recently. And remember, that will be a bit tougher. That will be the whole question session is more tough. We have more difficult questions. This was just to prepare for the IIFT. Build up will be used for the next session. We will move on to the tougher questions, of course. Yes, PDF, of course. You can get the whole. You can get it on the careerlauncher.com/classapart. Jao stay. Tomorrow it will be uploaded. Well, last time due to Diwali, certainly thoda sa late ho gaya. And I hope most of you got the replies of the mail. I personally have sent a lot of replies to most of you. And I again repeat that don't ask for PPTs directly. PPTs cannot be mailed. And yes, due to Diwali holidays, there were some delays, but well, I hope there is a question from Mudassar Zia. Is GK that important? Because still people get a call even if the score 1.4 or 2 in GK section. Well, that is the call. I still say, we just don't work for call. We work for some percentage of marks. If you get 4 or 5, just imagine that 3 to 4 marks lead from many of the people who just qualified. So that is the idea. If you lose something in next area, then certainly you can excel ahead in GK and cover some of the ground. So of course, just see next of the, just see, we meet as soon as possible. We meet in the next session. I hope your doubts are cleared. If you have any of the doubts, just mail me. Of course, see you soon in the next session. And whatever the question you have, just mail me across. I hope we'll be able to answer most of your queries.